So firstly, let's get some guidelines here. Number one, your vision must totally ignite you. What must it do? Ignite. You must be passionate about attaining it. And you know what? There's a good friend of mine who's also a speaker and author. His name is Bob Proctor. Raise your hand if you heard of Bob. He's great. He's done one of our programs before. And Bob said this. He says, you must be willing to give up your life for your vision. Why? Because you are giving up your life for it. You are trading your life force, your time and energy for it. So it better be worthwhile. Do you understand that? You're trading your life force for it, your time and energy. Now, here's what I want you to recognize. I want to give you a criteria that most people think is obvious, but it's not. When you decide on your vision, I really want you to come from what you want to do versus what you think will work. Good one? In the marketplace. Today, it's almost unusual to ask the critical question, do I really want to do this? So are you doing what you're doing right now even because you really wanted to do it, or because you thought you should do it, or because it was convenient and available at the time, or you thought it would be successful and would work? The key is think. See, you think something will work. But many times, often, what we think is going to happen may not work. In other words, just because you think it's going to work in the marketplace doesn't mean it will, right? And just because you think that what you really would love to do won't work doesn't mean it won't. I want to show you two words here that can really make a difference. Passion plus commitment. In other words, this. Here you are making a decision that you're not going to do this because you'd love to do it, but you don't think it's going to work. And here you think something else might work, so you go with that, but you didn't really want to do that. Which way is a better way to live? Well, neither are good, are they? However, if, again, you're thinking that the first one's not going to work, you could be wrong. And you could be wrong because if you have what? Real passion. And you are what? Committed. You are 90% there already. And there's such a thing that you will learn about called miracles. Miracles. Because you never know how something can come about, do you? Raise your hand if you've ever had kind of a quasi-miracle happen to you. It's like, or even some type of serendipity or something like really good luck that you said, whoa, where did this come from? And I'll take it, yeah? Raise your hand if that's ever happened to you. Where does that come from? Doing what you don't want? You understand what I mean? When you have passion and commitment, those things happen for you almost like clockwork. Things you could have never imagined, figured out, or planned for. You just get into it, and because you're living your spirit's work, you're living your mission, and you got a vision that is a vehicle for that, and you're passionate, and you are committed, you are the warrior, things you could have never expected begin to unfold for you. So don't be so quick to shut down something because you think it won't work, because you could be wrong. And if you are passionate and committed about it, there's a real good chance it will work in the marketplace. All right, now, if you come from what you really want, you will avoid two common and brutal traps. Do you want to hear what they are? See if you can ever heard of anybody in this one. The first one's called the ladder against the wrong wall syndrome. How many people have ever heard of people work their buns off to get to the top, and when they get there, they realize that the ladder they've climbed is leaning against the wrong wall? Yes? Why has this happened? Happened because they never had the clarity and the guts to go for what they really wanted to do in the first place. Or they fell into the second trap. Want to hear it? It's called the means to an end syndrome. Raise your hand if you ever heard of that one. Heard of people who took a job or started a business that was just okay so they could make enough money to get into a position to really live the way they wanted to really do what they want to do. Yes? How many of you have heard of people who have done this and they're still doing it 10, 20, 30 years later? Called means to an end thinking. So I would say this, there's nothing wrong with taking a short-term position for some income or for some learning, but you must be careful not to fall into that comfortable trap. It's sad to think how many millions of people have taken this means to an end route and they died never having lived their true dreams. It's simple. Listen closely. I'm going to ask you to repeat it. Very simple. Either you are going for what you want or you are going for what you don't want. One of the two. So say it with the I. Either I am going for what I want or I am going for what I don't want. Say it again. Either I am going for what I want or I am going for what I don't want. And if you are not totally enthralled with what is in front of you, you are going for what you don't want. What a way to live. Can anybody relate to what I'm talking about here? And you know what? It's not even, it should be like in high school they should teach us this. But they forgot. All right. Because you have to realize that, okay, let's talk about winning propositions here, like winning strategies. Let's be just logical and smart about this. Journey along the way, results. All right. Let's say, for example, you are having a vision or you are doing work that you don't really enjoy. And you're doing it because you think you're going to be more successful, which is usually the reason we do it. Now, you're not happy, but you maybe have a little bit of money. Question is, what's your rating of life? Were you successful, yes or no? Yes or no? No. Well, not really successful. At the end of your life, you're going to say, what are you going to say there? Oh, I got a bunch of money, but I hated what I did, and it was just mediocre. And was that a successful life? No. No. So you weren't successful. Let's say, so you've got a situation here, you've got money and happiness, you got no happiness in your job or your business, but you made some money, you made a living. That's you. By the way, that's all you can ever make when you don't love what you do, a living. You can never be truly financially successful either. Never, ever, 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 never. And if you're successful, very financially successful, and you don't love what you do, I guarantee you one thing, it will be very temporary. So you might as well move very quickly because you're going to lose it quick. Understand? Yeah. So you cannot be financially successful either, except for a very short period of time. Now let's go the other route where there's the joy and the happiness of loving what you do, really being enthralled by it, and you don't make that much money. All right? Now the question is this. Out of the two things, money and happiness, do you have at least one? Which one do you have? You got the happiness. And let's say you don't make a ton of money. At the end of your life, what are you going to do? You're going to go, what a crappy life I lived? Or will you say, I was very happy? Which way would you rather go if you had a choice between the two? You'd want to take the happiness, right? Because the only reason you have the money, you're only trying to be successful with the money, is to be happy. So you're already a winner if you get the happiness and the joy in your work and your life, yes? You're already a winner. You won the game already. And the money is the bonus. Whereas the other way, if you have some money and no joy, you're a loser. You lost the game of life in the arena of happiness. And you have a bit of money that will be temporary. Do you understand? One way you win the game for sure, one way you lose the game for sure. If you don't go for what you really want, you have lost the game for sure, no matter how much money you make temporarily. You understand? And yet this is the way most people choose what they do. All right. If you understand business, you are so fortunate to be able to choose any arena that you love and turn it into a gold mine. Now that's win-win. Good or good? Any arena. Let's go to another one. Another guideline. Your vision can change. Remember, your vision is your vehicle. You can start with a car and go to a train and go to a plane and go to a boat. The mission, your mission, let me hear, what's the word? Mission. Your mission doesn't usually change. Your mission, if it's the right mission, that's it. You know, that's your mission. And you have different vehicles with which to express that same mission. And those vehicles can change, can't they? Yes? Or you can have more than one vehicle, more than one element that goes with your mission. Yes? So for myself, I can have a retreat center as part of my vision. I can have a best-selling book as part of my vision. I can have a seminar company as part of my vision. Yes? All part of my, but all from the same mission. Educate and inspire people to live in their higher self based encourage, purpose, and joy. Yes? Okay. Right. Another big difference between mission and vision is that your vision is something that can have an end result to it. You can get there, and then when you get there, you can add more to it, or you can create a new vision. Yes? But your mission will never be complete. Educate and inspire people to live in their higher self. Based encourage. When am I done? When can I be done? Can that mission ever be done? No, someone else can take that over, but not, that mission can never be done. But as far as owning a retreat center, can that be done? Sure. As far as owning a seminar company, can that be done? As far as writing a best-selling book, can that be done? Sure. So your vision has an end result and can be complete, but your mission is never complete. Got it? Yes or yes? Give somebody a high five and say, I got it. I got it. Now, along similar lines, let me give you another big trap that you can avoid here. This is huge. This has changed so many lives. What's the words? What is it? What is it? In other words, people are always looking for what's the it? Remember in my vision what I really want? What's the it? Yes? What's the piece here? If I can just find it, right? Well, let me say this. In the old days, you had a job and you had a career for life, didn't you? 30, 40 years. But today, the average person may have 5 to 7 complete, wholesale, different careers in their lifetime, yes? So when you're trying to decide what is it, there's a lot of pressure, isn't it? Because here you are, you're trying to make a decision for the rest of your life, yes? Not conducive to a modern way. However, there's a better question. And the question is, what is what? What is next? What is next? Because if you ask the question, what is next, the pressure's off. And you are more conducive to a modern life. Because you don't know what it is 20 years from now or 30 years from now, but you can certainly decide what you're going to do for the next 2 or 3 and be happy and joyful and successful in that, yes? That's why we keep our vision to a short period of time, 3 to 5 years. I found that in 3 to 5 years you can build an incredible situation. You can build a complete business. Now, the next piece here is this. Here's another biggie. Raise your hand if you consider yourself a little bit of a perfectionist. Let me say this right now. Do not wait. Do not what? Wait. For the perfect vision to arrive. Forget about it. Use all the criteria we're providing, especially being in alignment with your mission and passion, and choose something to start with, or at least to try on for a while. See, the ego mind can constantly, what's the word? Find something wrong in any situation, yes or yes? Yes. It's kind of similar to what we've talked about before, waiting for all your ducks to line up in a row. First of all, if they do line up, it'll be very temporary. And secondly, raise your hand if you've ever waited and waited and waited, planned and planned and planned. You finally get out there, everything changes on the first day. It's ridiculous to wait. Ready, fire, aim. Say it with me. Ready, fire, aim. Again. Ready, fire, aim. You get ready the best you can. You fire, you get in the game, and then you adjust along the way when you're in the game. So here we are. We know this is what we want, success, right? And here we are over here. And we are moving towards success. Yes? No. Because you know what? That straight line doesn't exist. There is no straight line to success. And for all of us perfectionists out there, the idea that the road to success looks like this is completely retarded. It's ridiculous. It has no place in the real world whatsoever. You want to see what the route to success actually looks like? Let me just show you. There you go. That's a lot more realistic. Is that your experience, yes or no? Yes. In any arena, yes? Yes? Every arena looks just like that. Success is not a straight line. It can't be. There's no straight lines in the universe. Doesn't exist. So there's no reason to wait for the perfect anything. You get something out there, you get in the game, and then you begin when you're in the game, and you adjust accordingly.